For today's video, we will look at Chapter 25, Section 2, Challenging Segregation. Remember, these videos are not designed to be replacements for actual class time. In 1959, students from North Carolina A&T University challenged Woolworth's whites-only policy of serving customers at lunch counters. This act of defiance would launch the sit-in movement. At the forefront of the student movement were organizations such as SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and CORE, Congress of Racial Equality. Though successful, civil rights groups such as the NAACP and SCLC feared that college students did not have the discipline to maintain a commitment to the nonviolent methods used in Montgomery. Despite court orders to desegregate schools, many public facilities throughout the South remained segregated. To draw attention to and to confront the issue of segregation in public facilities, CORE organized a series of bus rides by groups of black and white students. Participation in these rides, which came to be known as the Freedom Rides, was very dangerous, but they were successful in drawing attention to the disparity that existed between black and white students living in the American South. The more civil rights groups directly confronted the issue of segregation, the more individuals such as Eugene Bull Connor and Sheriff Jim Clark used force to maintain the status quo. In response to the protest and violence against the protesters, President Kennedy began pressing for civil rights legislation. In March of 1963, in an effort to build momentum for civil rights, the SCLC organized a march on Washington, D.C. It was during this march that Dr. Martin Luther King gave his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Civil rights legislation would not pass until July of 1964. With the passage of this legislation, the first goal of the civil rights movement would be achieved. It would be another year, however, until the Voting Rights Act of 1965 would pass, thus achieving the second goal of the modern civil rights movement. Now it's your turn. Look through the presentation notes and read through the corresponding chapter in your textbook. Then, answer these questions and check Canvas for additional assignments.